Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden. He drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubim, and a flaming sword which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. The Conclave Bible, Data Links.
Earth 2060. A small group of colonists leaves the ravages of Earth for a distant planet orbiting Alpha Centauri's primary star. Their ship, the United Nations starship Unity, carries them on their journey to a new world and a new hope for humankind. Along the way, a reactor malfunction damages the Unity, precipitating a crisis among the ship's 7 most powerful leaders. As they enter the Alpha Centauri system, the crew splits into 7 distinct factions, divided not by nationality, but by ideology and their vision for the new world. After the ship breaks apart, the 7 leaders guide their chosen crew down to the surface of planet, seeking their destiny beneath an alien sky.
Alright, and welcome to my Let's Play of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. So we're going to start, and we are going to try a huge map of Planetfall. We're going to pick a difficulty level. Citizen is, I think, a little too easy. Even after not playing this game for like 20 years or so, I was able to, you know, I was kind of kicking butt and taking names a little too easily on Citizen level. I think Specialist is good if you're trying to learn the game. I'm going to try it on Talent, because this is where a lot of the game's mechanics start to kick in. Some of the game's more difficult mechanics start to really kick in. I don't know how anyone would play that. Not me. I'm not that good at this game. I haven't played this game in, you know, seriously. Well, I played it recently, but I've had this game, played this game like 20 years ago or so. Maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. Yeah, about 20 years ago. Let's play with the current, let's see, let's customize rules. Let's see what we have. We'll allow all these different types of victories, and we can restart. I don't like it when players get eliminated too quickly. Let's turn this off. Flexible starting locations, let's have some chance on that. Tech stagnation, slower rate of research discoveries, yeah, sure. Spoils of war, steal tech from conquering bases, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't want that, or why that wouldn't be the case. Blind research, we'll set goals. Test drive it, no. No, world map not visible, yeah, I want world map not visible. No unities, we want that, no, we want them to act the way their personalities are, and their factions are, so we're gonna have all these. So let's go! Turkey toe. Okay, so here's our different factions. These are the classic factions. There are more like expansion factions somehow, somewhere. I don't know quite anything. I don't know anything about them really. I've never seen them or played with them. I guess I have this version, but I don't know how to do that. But anyway, so I like the original factions. I think they're pretty well thought out and balanced against each other. Interestingly, we have Gaia's stepdaughters, who are the green faction. They're, you know, an ecology faction, very new agey sort of. They're basically, I think they're the canon storyline hero faction. given the game's sort of when it came out in the 90s, kind of looking one last gasp of new age optimism while looking at all the, I don't know, let's go on. Human Hive, these are like the despot. This is like the, you know, state security, state control, you know, communalism, and, you know, Shenji Yang. All the leaders are interesting, and many of them are kind of frightening. He is one of the frightening ones, but he's still interesting. University of Planet, the scientist. He's the research faction. Akademischen Professor. He is a, you know, sort of a research with no holds barred. Interesting guy, but his faction can be kind of unethical at times. CEO Noah Boudicca Morgan, he's the mogul, he's the business type, he's the business faction, and they're all into industry and exploiting the resources on this new planet. He's the guy who funded the project, largely, if I understand it correctly. The Spartan Federation with Colonel Corazon Santiago, survivalist. She's like the militarist, really might be a better one. Survivalist is actually kind of a, that's kind of like not entirely saying, she's a militarist. Now, she could be played as a survivalist, but she can also be just ruthless as a conqueror. The Lord's Believers with Sister Miriam Godwinson. The Fundamentalist, it says. I think a better name for her faction would be a theocrat. I mean, she might be a fundamentalist, perhaps. Although, I always play her as more of like I mean, she's supposed to be from the Christian States of America, which sounds very kind of like 90s. A certain 90s. Like some people were like, oh my goodness, the United States in 20 years is going to be just one big evangelical super state. It's kind of interesting to think back on that. I tend to play her more as like a, you know, when I saw Sister Miriam Godwinson, she looks like a nun to me. So I was like, I always played her as a, you know, kind of as a Catholic nun, you know, in charge of this. Anyways, she's definitely into theocracy. And then you have the peacekeeping forces with my single least favorite dude here, Commissioner Provenlal. Not because I really have that much against his faction per se, but he always is such a jerk. Anyways, he tries to sort of preserve the original intent of the mission, supposedly, although usually he just goes around causing problems. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to choose a faction. I'm going to choose the Lord's Believers this time. I like their faction. I like Gaia's stepdaughters as well. They're interesting. I don't know, I haven't played the other factions very much. I find the Human Hive interesting, although I've never played them. I find them kind of creepy. But, you know, who knows? Alright, let's go.
The righteous need not cower before the drumbeat of human progress.
Oh, yeah?
Though the song of yesterday fades into the challenge of tomorrow, God still watches and judges us.
Yeah, yeah.
Evil lurks in the data links, as it lurked in the streets of yesteryear.
Why'd you say yesteryear?
But it was never the streets that were evil. Sister Miriam Godwinson, The Blessed Struggle.
That's a good point. It's not the streets or the internet as such, or technology as such, that is evil, but rather what people do with it can make their behavior is what makes things evil, not the thing itself. So that we'll keep all the basic things. Bamsis. Miriam, a new era of struggle and opportunity awaits you. The UN starship Unity has arrived in the Alpha Centauri system after a 40-year voyage. I wonder how fast it was going to make that trip in 40 years? Is it like 5 light years to the Alpha Centauri system, I think? So let's see. If it made it in 40 years, it takes light 5 years more or less, let's say, to get there. That means they were going at 5 times 8... They were going 1/8 the speed of light. That's a fast spaceship. But dang, I don't know, 40 years, jeez, wow. Okay. So all contact with Earth has been lost. After Captain Garland's assassination by an unknown assailant, the crew mutinied and split into factions. In the ensuing conflict, some seized control of the Unity's colony pods. You now shape the destiny of your believing faction, which has just made Planetfall. Alright, here we go. New Jerusalem. That's such a great name. I love it. Alright, I think we got a good starting location. Right there on the coast. And we have a bunch of let's see. Your colony pod has crash landed on Alpha Centauri. Its stores have been used to found your first base, New Jerusalem. You can use the Scout Patrol unit, which is now active, to explore the surrounding area. It can also be used for defense if necessary. If this is your first time playing Alpha Centauri and you would like to tour, click the interface, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to do that, even though maybe I should. I think this unit right here, you see how it says, now it's green, it's a newbie, but it's independent. This is our one unit that I know of. No, maybe we'll get some later on. This unit doesn't need support from any of the bases. So let's actually take a look. Okay, we got a colony pod. The base control screen allows you to control the production and economic growth of your base, New Jerusalem. Yep, alright, cool. So now we're making scout patrols. Those will guard our base. Where should we go? Go up here. Phamsis, the thick xenofungus, obstructs your unit. It will sometimes take several turns to enter a xenofungus square. I'm going to actually wait until the base builds its first defense unit. Because I don't... there we go. New Jerusalem has just produced a new scout patrol unit. Units can be used to explore the planet, attack enemies, and defend your colony. Yep. Oh, sorry. Let us actually change. What do we... Actually, I think I'll make 2. Yep. I like to have 2 defenders in each base. Now let's go. Oh, darn it. Now let's go.
Data pod recovered.
We have recovered a data pod from the Unity. It contains the comm link frequency for Chairman Yang of the Hive. Oh. Well, Chairman Yang was the first officer on the Unity ship. And so he was a person of authority on the expedition. Sister Miriam Godwinson, our leader, she was what they call the psych chaplain. She was like the ship psychologist and chaplain. So she was the social morale person. Whereas the first officer is definitely much more about administration and control. Xenofungus is a plant form native to planet. I can't stand it when things do this. Why can't it say to the planet or call it whatever the name of the planet is? I think now we call this planet Proxima B, but if I'm remembering correctly, but I don't know. They're going to call it planet, and it's very new agey. This is a very new agey game, very 90s-ish. I like the new age movement in many ways. There's lots of great music, lots of good aesthetic, lots of good conservational type awareness. But there was also a lot of goofiness and a fair bit of sort of materialism masquerading as spiritualism. But anyways, or spirituality, I mean. Xenofungus is a plant form native to planet, and you will find it growing wild in many areas of the planet. See, was that hard? Earth plants cannot grow in squares containing fungus unless you clear the fungus first. Alright, yeah. Xenofungus is definitely among us. Let's go down here.
Nutrient resources.
Oh, this is great. This is not a pod after all, but an alien artifact. We should take it to a base containing a network node for further study. Because of its proximity to fertile land and other resources, this would be an excellent location to build a base. Press B or blah blah blah. Alright, we want to see, is this far enough from New Jerusalem? Okay, so right there to that river is still under New Jerusalem's. Yeah, that would be good. They go out 2. There's like 3 over here. That should be good. Let's build it. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Sister Miriam founds Godwinson's Hope, the first believing base since Planetfall. CEO Morgan of the Morganites founded mankind's first base since Planetfall, 4 years ago. Oh wow, they've been busy. We, on the other hand, have been, doing what we do, starting slow. But there's our base. This is like our little ziggurat, I guess, that we build. Here's maybe this is New Jerusalem, and this is our achievement ziggurat. We'll get more of these little achievement things as we go. It's pretty cool. Godwinson's Hope, founded in 2107. Wow, that's like less than 100 years from now. Huh. I wonder if we're going to even have like large bases on other planets or moons within our own solar system by then. I hope so. I really hope so. Alright, let's have them build. Turn complete. There. Oh, that was good. You can build another one. Oh, good, 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 good. All right, cool. So now let's have them build another colony pod. Because we need more population. I'm going to have you go down here. You go back to base. This symbol indicates abundant nutrient resources. If you have a base within 2 squares, it will be able to produce additional nutrients here. Nutrients allow you to increase your population. Yes, they're very important.
Pod recovered.
Ah, nice. This is great. We have recovered a supply pod from the Unity. It contains a Unity foil in working condition. Which means it's like a little tiny dinky transport ship. It's slow, but you know, better than nothing. That's a good find this early on. Oh, oh man, we're doing great. We've recovered a supply pod from the Unity. It contains a Unity rover in working condition. Oh boy. Energy powers your research labs and helps your researchers discover and exploit new technologies. You guide their research by controlling the fields in which they study. All right, you can have it basically undirected research or, you know, just general field research. This is like the difference between, if a good analogy, the way we're doing research, we're doing, you know, we can direct the specific technology we want to try to study, but you can also make it such that we only just, you know, exploration technology, economic technology, military technology, and it just sort of randomly chooses it for us, which isn't very helpful, I don't think. It's kind of like the difference between getting a job, an MOS in the Air Force versus getting an MOS in the Army, if I understand it correctly. Because in the Army, you pick your job specifically. You're like, I want to be a truck driver, I want to be a light infantryman, or infantryman, I want to be a mortar crew member, I want to, you know, be a satellite controller, and that's what you get. It's in your contract. But some of the other branches, it's like you kind of like pick your general field, and if they sort of feel like giving you a job that you want, that's great, but you don't necessarily, it doesn't always happen. And you can get, you think, I'm going to be a helicopter mechanic, and you wind up doing something only tangentially related to that, because, yeah, it's just the way they do it. But anyways, the first thing to study is always, I think, Centauri ecology. By studying the xenofungus, we can learn how to survive. This planet is covered with fungus, alien fungus. Fungus is something you can only survive alongside by knowing it. You know, it's like mushrooms, you know. What if your entire world is just covered with mushrooms and athlete's foot and red mold and black mold and worse things? You know, you want to know what's up. But this allows us to build formers, which are the building unit. So, this is our terraform unit, so let's do it. Yay, formers. Okay, you just hold there. Yes. Once we get a network node, we can have that, we can hook that artifact up to our network node and get some cool stuff from it. You go back to base. Sea fungus slows down the movement of surface ships. Yep. There's xenofungus on the ocean too. Okay, you hold here. Ah, good. Our second scout patrol is there. Alrighty. Let's see. Should we build a recreation commons? Let's build one. No, I don't know. Fewer drones. Colony pod. Maybe colony pod. I don't know. Do we need... Will it undo my base? I can't remember if it'll undo the base if there's only one. Let's change that. Let's wait. We'll do a recreation pod. Commons. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Cha-cha. Oh, come on. A unit with insufficient moves left to enter a square may be forced to remain in its original square for an additional turn. Kind of annoying.
Pod recovered.
The pod has malfunctioned and unleashed an earthquake. That's nothing good. Events which cause mountains to be raised or torn down, earthquakes, the action of former units, etc., can also cause climatic change. Mountains 2,000 meters above sea level and higher significantly affect cloud formation and rainfall by trapping the moisture being carried by the prevailing winds. Basically, this means that area is downwind in this game east. Okay, that area is downwind in this game east or to the right of a mountain will be drier, and areas upwind or to the west or left will be wetter, as moisture is trapped to their benefit. You can take advantage of this phenomenon by having your formers raise mountains to dry out your downwind opponents, or to increase rainfall to your own bases. Cool. I actually had it backwards. I thought it was, the other direction, but yeah, so that's good that we saw it. Let's see, how high up is this? It's 3,100 meters. It'd be good for collecting energy with solar panels, though. This symbol represents abundant resources. If you have a base within 2 squares, it will be able to produce additional minerals, especially if you build a mine here. Minerals help you build new vehicles and facilities. Cool.
Pod recovered.
Alright, we have discovered a materials pod from the Unity. It has provided sufficient minerals for us to finish building the recreation commons at Godwinson's Hope. Next turn. Cool. Alright.
The entire character of a base and its inhabitants can be absorbed in a quick trip to the Rec Commons. The sweaty arenas of Fort Legion, the glittering gambling halls of Morgan Bank, the sunny lovers' trysts in Gaia's High Garden, or the somber reading rooms of UN headquarters. Even the feeding bay at the Hive gives stark insight into the sleeping demons of Yang's communal utopia. Commissioner Pravin Lal, A Social History of Planet.
Okay, yeah, so every time you build a new structure or get a technology, we'll hear like a little excerpt from either one of the faction leaders from their perspective about it, or from the data links from and drawing on some piece of like literature or philosophy. It's pretty cool. That was, Pravin Lal, the UN faction leader. And yeah, and he has a good point that how a society understands recreation and how it carries out recreation says quite a bit about it, and you can learn something about that culture from it. And how he says like the sweaty arenas of the Spartans who value militaristic athleticism, and so they even to relax they do athletics and sports. The Morganites gamble, they go to Vegas and whatnot, and the Gaians have those terraced gardens, and the UN, they have somber reading rooms full of I'm sure boring books, not very interesting cool books, but maybe they have some cool books, but who knows if they're somber. I don't know. They're probably people with like noise canceling headphones on, and when a cat walks through, they like tell the cat to stop stamping its feet. But or like he says about Yang, the communal utopias, the feeding bay, its mess halls tell you something about their society. But yeah, it's cool. Believing workers under Sister Miriam build the first base facility on planet at Godwinson's Hope. All right, cool. That's our second little, plaque on our ziggurat. Right on. Let's see, what should we build now? Should we build a colony pod? Let's see, hold on. I wish we had more food production. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, growth in 13 turns. Change. Yeah, let's build a colony pod. Woo! No, colony pod. Thank you. We need to get some more technology. However, the Believing faction, its major disadvantage. Resources. More nutrient resources. Its major. Recovered. Oh wow, that's 2 of them. That's really good. Last time I was playing, I only found 1. Okay, actually, you stay with it, so it doesn't get wrecked by something bad, or at least something dangerous. Over here. You can actually, let's just have you go to Godwinson's Hope.
Indigenous life form.
The pod was infested with native life forms. Ruh-roh. Oh, there's two of them too. Oh, jeez. Some units, usually alien creatures such as mind worms, can engage in psi combat. In psi combat, weapon and arm restraints are ignored, and the attacker is given a 3-2 advantage on land, 1-1 for sea combat. Morale level becomes quite important in psi combat. So basically, you know, some troopers with high morale and a blowtorch will do better against mind worms than, people, a disorganized rabble with, laser rifles. Because oh geez, we're gonna die. Oh, we'll beat one, but he's gonna get wrecked by that other mind worm. That is really unfortunate that there was two of them. There went our free unit. That's really annoying. Oh well. Now let's build a recreation commons. See, we have much better growth here, better nutrients, resource availability. Maybe we should go over here. Yeah, let's go over here. Woohoo!
Pod recovered.
Oh my goodness, another one. This is great. Oh jeez. Just stay there. Actually, we should have it go to this other town. Yeah, don't show me this again. We're not building a base right there. I want the base to be close to the water. Yep. Oh, cool. Little island, it looks like. Alrighty. Stay. Go. Stay. Well, ooh, should we build it there or should we build it over here? This might be even better. Although we could just build one here and one there. Yeah, let's do it. The Rapture? No, we're not calling it the Rapture. We'll call this one, what I always call this one, New Rome. Alright, New Rome. Woohoo! Yeah, Romanism! Hold there. Hold here.
Production complete.
Just chill there for the moment. Okay, good. There's our first
complete.
unit. So now you can go on your way. Ah, good. We have another unit. Or another colony pod. I guess we should still just build colony pods until we can build other things. Yeah, where to build it? Oh, Jerusalem stockpiling energy. That's not acceptable. I want this actually over here. New Jerusalem. Aren't you supposed to be building a recreation commons? Yes. Grab it. Oh man, that was a bad idea. Now, oh wait. Oh snap. Good job, Unity Foil.
Combat
Planet's
report.
atmosphere, though a gasping death to humans and most animals, is paradise for earth plants.
Plants.
The high nitrate content of the soil and the rich yellow sunlight bring an abundant harvest wherever adjustments can be made for the unusual soil conditions. Lady Deidre Sky, The Comparative Biology of Planet.
Okay, yeah, so Lady Deidre Sky, she of course is the leader of the Gaian faction. She was the Unity ship's xenobiologist. Every time you get a new technology, you hear some sort of a little excerpt about something related to it. You can see all the base facilities that it allows you to build, what other technologies it contributes towards you being able to research, what unit advances it allows. This allows us terraforming units and therefore formers, and what other miscellaneous things. This increases nutrient production in fungus squares, so that's pretty cool. Makes fungus not quite as useless to us, and over time we'll get better and better at making use of the fungus and living alongside fungus if we so choose. But every technology you can hit right here, and we hear something about the storyline wise. Finding adequate sources of nutrients, energy, and minerals is the most immediate problem facing the colonists after Planetfall. An understanding of the basics of Centauri ecology provides the new arrivals with the tools they need to begin shaping the world around them, how planets grow, what geological structures exist, and how natural energy sources may be exploited on planet. Planet! Nice. We've obtained technologies which allow us to design better units. Would you care to see the new units our engineers are proposing? Yes. And they are proposing formers. These are our basic, builder unit on land, a land builder unit. So this is okay, on the design workshop screen, you create new units with which to explore and conquer planet. You assign each type of a weapon, armor, chassis, reactor, and perhaps a special ability or two. You are then free to begin building those units at any of your bases. That's cool. Yep. Yeah, here we can adjust it all, and you can make all sorts of mix and match. It will sort of give you some preset ones, units, but you can mix and match them to do what you want as you get more options. It's kind of cool. It's, I don't know. So, and these stats right here, this first number is its attack, the second one is its defense, and the third one is its movement over unimproved terrain. But yeah, cool. Now, we need to think, what do we want to build next? I'm going to say we should build, research mobility, because this will get us the ability to build like speeders or vehicles. So let's do it. The leading scientists discovered Centauri ecology, their first research breakthrough since Planetfall. The university made mankind's first breakthrough in mission year 2110. Oh wow, 22 years before us. That's not surprising though. I mean, yes, we're slow on research anyways, being the believers. We have a 20% disadvantage on research speed to start out with, but the university has a research advantage, obviously. That's their bag, really. All right, cool. And here it is. Oh, wow, that's just so new agey. Wow. Super Gaian, Centaurian. Oh my goodness. Ah, there's our, now we have 3 little, plaques. How cool. And we have, see, there's like, starting to get little more decorations. That's kind of fun. Complete. Okay, this unit has become damaged in combat. Damage is indicated by the colored bar along the left side of the status icon. Green represents light or no damage. Yellow and red show increasing damage. To repair a damaged unit, move it to one of your bases, then have it skip its entire turn. You may have to repeat this process for several turns. You can also conduct field repairs, not at a base, but this is much slower and only effective if your unit has sustained more than 20% damage. Basically, you can heal it up in the field up to 80%. A base with a command center can repair ground units in a single turn. Similarly, naval yards and aerospace complexes can quickly repair sea and air units. Alright, cool. So let's see if we can't get this thing back to base before it gets killed. Alright. Well, that's good, that's good. Change. Okay, we have now more options. We can build formers. We want to have at least one former for every one of our bases, I think. We can also build the weather paradigm, which is a secret project, which, the terraform rate is increased by 50%, and I think that's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to have them do it, though. So let's have you do, let's have you build some formers. Let's see, Recreation Commons, but let's see, what would it take? 66 turns to build the weather paradigm? Okay, how about Godwinson's Hope? 99 turns, darn it. I'm gonna just, change. We're gonna try it. I like getting the weather paradigm.
Project initiated.
Yep. Hopefully we get it before anyone else. The first faction to get it will grab the advantage. Nope, you just chill. No. I don't see how it's useful to use these alien artifacts for the secret projects, because it gives only 9 out of 200 minerals. No thank you. I have Chairman Yang of the Hive on Channel 6. Shall I put him through? Ugh. He's like, okay, let's look at his profile. So, this is Chairman Yang of the Hive. His diplomatic status. He's in a magnanimous mood. He has an aggressive personality. He's interested in building and conquering. His agenda is a police state. His headquarters is in the Hive, and he has 3 council votes. Right now we have a sort of a truce with him. He has frontier politics, simple economics, survival values, and no future society. That's the same as all of us at the beginning. Alright, cool. Let's talk to him. Welcome to Planet, Sister Miriam. Oh, you'll see how he talks. Welcome to Planet, Sister Miriam. You bring many unique talents to our new world. Permit me to reintroduce myself. I now style myself Yang, Chairman of the Hive. Oh, okay. Chairman of the Hive, huh? And on this world, I plan to found a society on the principles of security and control. Yep. His personal philosophy is now law there. Information on Centauri ecology could prove quite useful to my social experiments. Yikes. Can you transmit it to me as a personal favor? Let's see if he'll give it to us in exchange for your own data on applied physics. I cannot trust you with that information, Miriam, so you are refusing to transmit your files? Yeah, that's right. Make a trade or stop wasting my time. Sister Miriam, your ideals are admirable if a bit misguided. You know, he's an atheist faction. Basically, he sees our believing faction, but you know, maybe we can coexist, hopefully. Your ideals are admirable if a bit misguided, and your faction need not pose a threat to Hive policy. Shall we sign a treaty of friendship to formalize our symbolic relationship? No, your social experiments are a bit too bizarre for me, Yang. I don't know that yet, so we'll say, as you wish. The Hive seems a valuable friend. You know, better a friend than an enemy. Oh, look, here's we have no diplomatic status with them, or I don't know what that actually. Status, infiltration, inactive. Their might is pathetic. They're very weak. We, on the other hand, have very little money. Our might is feeble. That means we're stronger than them. Excellent, Sister Miriam. This treaty demonstrates that planet is large enough for both your life of worship and my social experiments. It also opens the door for trade and commerce between our peoples. May the friendship between the believers and the Hive last forever. Yeah, may it indeed. Our treaty with the Hive opens the door for trade and commerce, if that faction is a human faction. Each of our bases, if it is large enough, may now begin receiving bonus energy generated by trade. We can increase our commerce bonuses by signing more treaties with other human factions, by making pacts with other human factions, and by researching more economic and industrial technologies. Trade and pacts with progenitor factions have no effect on commerce. Anything further? No, we're done. Thank you. See this orange border right here? This is the border of our territory thus far. As we found more bases, it'll expand, and as our competitors expand their bases, it will contract ours.
Indigenous life.
Oh man, mind worms again? Oh come on! I think we just went down to pathetic strength. Morganic researchers have discovered the secrets of the human brain. This discovery has stimulated a burst of morganic research. So basically, the first faction that discovers the secrets of the human brain gets a free technology. Alright, you just chill. 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 Oh no! Mindworms, one of planet's most feared life forms, can appear suddenly, especially near fungus squares. Mindworms viciously attack settlements. Okay, we need to run away from them, because we don't need our settlers getting killed. Okay, you go.
Production complete.
Oh wait, maybe it's gonna chill over there. Ah! New Rome has just built a formers unit, which represents a terraforming engineers crucial to your expedition's survival. Formers can plant forests and farms, build roads, mines, and solar collectors, and later even raise up or tear down mountains. Press shift. Okay, we can automate them if we want. All right, let's see. Oh, it's about time for me to call this episode. Bring it to a conclusion. We will build a recreation commons, and we'll have them. Yeah, I think I'll end it here. So thank you for joining me on this first episode of my Let's Play of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Next time we'll see if we can't begin really expanding our colony and maybe get some military units up so we can beat back these mine worms. Take care, y'all.